So you're thinking about getting your real estate license, but you don't know if it's worth the time in 2022. People might be telling you they're making a boatload of money, while other people are saying that real estate is almost impossible to make money at, and it's a complete waste of your time and energy. Well, as an agent that's been in the business since 2015, I'm going to give you the complete breakdown of what real estate is like in 2022 and if you should invest your time into this career. Let's dive right into the video. So you're wondering if a real estate career is worth your time or not. Well, the good news is the ship hasn't sailed yet, and many agents are still making a boatload of money in this business. But there are many agents that can't afford to pay their bills, and they're struggling because things have changed so much. Well, over 5 years ago, I got my real estate license. I got my license in 2015, and back then, things were much different. It feels like an eternity ago in real estate. So many things have changed. So many new players have come into the market, throwing challenges at agents, and just the overall landscape of how people buy and sell houses has changed quite a bit. But the fundamentals of the business are still the same, and 80% of the agents don't make the majority of the income. The top 20%, and I would argue even the top 10%, are making all the money in this business. The 80-20 rule definitely applies here. So let's dive into a couple important things so you can decide if this career is right for you or maybe it's not. So the first thing I want to dive into is who is this career good for and who tends to excel at this career. Next, I'm going to dive into the market and basically how things are going in 2022 in most real estate markets throughout the entire country. And then I'm going to dive into the challenge level. So basically, how challenging is this business now compared to when I first started as a new agent? So first and foremost, who do I see excelling in this business model? Well, people that are hustlers, go-getters, and that are not afraid to put themselves out there are succeeding. And not much has changed in that regard. This has always been the case with real estate. The more people you talk to that own homes or aspire to own homes, the more money you're going to make. As long as you follow up, you do a great job with service, and you're always prospecting, you're going to make money in real estate. That's the good part about it. And if you're social media savvy, you can do really well in this industry. I see a lot of real estate agents using platforms like YouTube, TikTok, and Facebook to some degree to really get their name out there and build a business fast. So if you are tech savvy and you're not afraid to put yourself out there and talk to people and really be social, network, and become the local expert, this business can be great for you. But if you're not willing to do that and you just kind of want to be a secret agent and you want to stay behind the scenes and you don't want to talk to people and people might aggravate you, this probably isn't the right business for you. Because at the end of the day, it's a real estate service, but it's a people business. The more people you have in your sphere of influence and the more people that know you, like you, and trust you, the more money you're going to make. So who is it for? It's for people that really like to put themselves out there and want to build a brand by making relationships with people that own homes and want to be homeowners. Next, I want to talk about the market. So the market has changed a lot since I got licensed. And if you're going to get into this business, you have to know this. Because if you try to focus on buyers right away and you load your pipeline up with buyers, if you're in a hot seller's market, which basically means that the sellers are in control of the market, and oftentimes you're going to see bidding wars and highest and best offer situations, you can really burn yourself out. So many agents in this market are experiencing burnout, okay? And burnout is a very real thing in real estate because it can be exhausting to work with 10 or 20 buyers, show them, 5, 10, 20 houses a weekend, and then basically have them fall in love with a couple houses and then get every single offer declined, even when you're going over asking price. In fact, I'll tell you a quick story. I've been working with a couple investors. We went to a house last weekend and he loved the house. He's like, let's go for it. I'm going to put an escalator offer in. Basically what that is you can escalate over the next offer by a certain amount. He put a super strong offer in. And guess what? We didn't hear back from the agent for over 48 hours and our offer was declined. So now we're back out looking at houses, and that's okay. I love what I do, but you can get burned out from this. And guess what? This is the most interesting part. They had 49 offers. 49 offers. So basically all 49 of those buyer's agents spent their weekend showing that house, putting together offers, and only one of them is going to get paid on the deal. Only one. So think about the frustration that can, bring on to an agent that's brand new, trying to make money to pay their bills, but yet this is going on every single weekend. So knowing the market is extremely important, especially as a new agent. And you have to know where to put your time, because at the end of the day, this business is 100% commission. And if you're going to prospect and you're going to market, you should be marketing to sellers in this kind of market. So become a seller's agent as fast as possible. If you want to make money at this, if you want to make this a full-time income, you need to focus on working with sellers, building a pipeline full of sellers, and really blowing your business up as fast as possible. That agent that had the listing, they had all 49 of these buyer's agents working over the weekend, bringing them clients, bringing them deals. And that person just sat back, collected the offers, worked with their sellers, picked one. Now it's a payday. Yet 48 of these other agents are back out there looking at houses with their clients. And they might do this for another 6 months to a year before they actually get paid. So that's the negative of this market. The positive is if you know how to be a seller's agent and you focus on building a listing pipeline, you can make a tremendous amount of money. So don't look at this as a negative. Look at it as a business person and realize that you have to think about this from a business standpoint, and you have to go where the money is. So you have to follow the money. And right now the money is working with sellers. So keep that in mind. Now, last but not least, I want to go into the challenge level. So I want to tell you how challenging this business is right now, so you can decide if it's right for you or not. Because you might know people that have gotten their license, were all excited about this business, and then within 3 months, they're like, I'm good with this. I'm not wasting my time. This business is hard. I'm not making any money doing this. And they have a completely different attitude about real estate. In fact, 87% of agents fail out of the business. That's a big number. So only 13% of agents make it. So if you want to be a part of the agents that make it, I highly suggest that you become a good business person, focus on the numbers, and go where the money is. Now, I want to tell you about the challenge level. The challenge level right now is extremely high because you have all these agents competing for listings because they know that's how they're going to get paid in this market. In a balanced market, like when I started in 2015, things were a lot easier. You could fill your pipeline up with 6 or 7 buyers, go out there, spend a couple weekends, and then before you know it, you have 5 or 6 deals in your pipeline that are going to close in the next month or two. So it was a lot easier because working with buyers, they're a lot easier to get. In fact, they're like, hey, you're going to help me find a home? That's great. It's an easy sale. With listings, you're oftentimes up against the top producers in the market, and they're all going after the same people that own the homes and trying to win listings. So it can be extremely competitive and extremely challenging. In fact, I have this little map right here to give you an example of how challenging it can be. So I'm going to use the state of Florida, for example. So Florida has 173,482 agents. And how many homes sold last year? About 350,000 houses. I think it's 350,516. So if you do the math, that basically means there's only 2 houses for each agent to sell. Now you got to keep in mind, the 80-20 rule applies here as well. So that's not happening. There's a lot of agents that don't even produce, and I understand that. But just to give you an illustration of how competitive things are, this is a great example. There's only a couple houses for each agent to sell because there's a massive amount of agents that are licensed. So it's an extremely competitive business. The good news is that most people fail out of it. Most people aren't doing the right things, and you can really hone your skills and become a top producer. And once you get to this top 20%, you're making a very good income, and it's a very good business. So depending on what your goals are, depending on what your drive is, and depending on what you want to do in this business and where you want to take things, will really help you decide on if this business is good for you, or maybe you should keep looking and look into something else. But what I can tell you is, if you're interested in starting this business, if these numbers don't scare you and you're like, hey, this is going to be a challenge, I'm going to get into that top 20% and I'm going to do really well and build a real estate brand and a real estate empire, well, check the link below. We have an affiliate link for Real Estate Express. They are a really good real estate school that will help you get licensed. So check that out. Once you click it, you'll be able to scroll through, select your state, and see what kind of deals they have going for real estate pre-license classes. So feel free to check that out. We also have some guides on how to get licensed for each state on our website. It's called empireofrealestate.com. So definitely take a look at that as well. And we have more videos for real estate entrepreneurs coming every single week. So feel free to subscribe and hit that like button. Thanks so much for watching. And if you have any questions about starting your real estate career in 2022, drop it in the comment section below, and I'll do everything I can to get back to you ASAP. Thanks so much for watching. Have an awesome day.